Hey there, Statureman with Statureman Custom Holsters. Today I wanted to give you a look at a new product that we have here, a new attachment for the Statureman Custom Holster lineup, and that is the Super Simple Molle Strips. I've had a lot of questions about Molle throughout the time that I've been making holsters, and haven't up to this point found a really good solution for this. Because of kind of the challenges that come into Molle and the designs of the custom holster and the dimensions. Really the challenges is that a custom holster is designed to be exactly that, custom. It's not run off 100,000 at a time off of a die, and so it does have a lot more character. And this is kind of what drew me to holsters in the first place as a user, or custom holsters. But what tends to happen is that the dimensions, the width of the holster tends to come out differently. Something like a 15-degree cant is going to need slightly wider in order to accommodate the body curve on the holster, and make sure that you can loop the belt loops through the back. Typically the holster is generally designed for concealed carry. High and tight is really what most of my customers like about my holsters. Now, a lot of customers that run Molle, they don't want to buy a second holster for it. So up to this point, it essentially delayed on putting anything out, but I've had an opportunity to have a couple of different designs tested out by a customer of mine, and he did say that he got the most out of this particular design right here. So I wanted to give you a quick look at this. The Super Simple Molle Strips, the idea behind it is that rather than paying a lot of money for some sort of quick detach system, which essentially breaks the design of the custom holster to mold something in that's quick attach because it's going to sit out too far from your body, and or having some sort of plastic attachment on there, is that it's difficult to deal with the dimensional differences. As you can see, the curve of the belt here with the Brocos's answer to this is to basically have two panels of Molle and then break them in order to allow that to stretch as it goes around the body, and it really does mess with the dimensions quite significantly. So a flat Molle panel that you might see on the front of a vest or something is going to have different dimensions when you're wrapping it around the body. So that's the first thing that you kind of have to deal with when you're talking about belt mounting. The other is putting that in combination with the differences in width on the holster and being able to allow for them. So essentially what we have here is basically a strip of the same material that we have for the in-waistband soft loops. That's a 1,000-pound test material, coated, and a couple of steel screws. It's not fast, and it's not really pretty either. Some might think it's pretty. I'm not personally. I don't think it's attractive or unattractive. It's just kind of is what it is, and that's the idea. The other thing that I wanted to be able to have was essentially roll proof. And a lot of guys train real hard in their Molle gear, and they want to be able to basically get in and roll around on them, And so when I was testing out a couple of different designs, I put it on the belt, and I got down on the floor, and I rolled around on it. And they don't call me Statureman for nothing, right? So a couple of the designs that I had just really didn't work. I tried a couple of snaps. Snaps pop open because they're not really designed to get rolled on. Snaps, when you're talking concealed carry, like the on-waistband quick loops, work just fine because they're really not designed to be run as hard as, say, a Molle belt on a regular basis. In this particular design, what this allows you to do is account for the differences. Attach it at the bottom, run it through 2 loops or 3, depending on how wide this goes. Again, you can go 2, you can go 3. If your Molle is a little bit wider, it's no big deal. And I'll go ahead and show you how this works. Basically, this is just the steel that I use for all my holsters. Crank this down. It allows you to give an offset to the body. The offset is really important because it helps keep the holster from pulling basically from pulling it too flat, pulling it out, which is reported on some other designs that I had tried out. Works with both the standard 5 eyelet design as well as 4. If you could get these as well for any of your you know, AR mag carriers or anything along that lines if you wanted to run your AR mag carriers in these. And it's really just a question of kind of working this until you find the the tightness and the the level of tension for you, which of these holes works best. And just crank this down. Keep your finger in the back along the slotted screw in the back, and you're on. And what that allows you to do is it moves for a reason, and that's to allow you to run through the different holes in the Molle. With this one, I've got 4 wide. You could just as easily go 3 wide. It still works just fine. I've tried it, and not a lot of play on this, and locked in pretty tight. So if you don't like the extra material, the extra holes on the ends, just cut them off, and away you go. Maybe not, and that way you can use them across different different types of gear. Anything that's running this design, whether it's a Statureman holster or you got any other design in this, if there's a hole on the top and the hole on the bottom on each end, you can use the Super Simple Molle Strips to attach those to your Molle belt. So that's a quick look at that. Basically, 4 screws and away you go. The Super Simple Molle Strips from Statureman Custom Holsters, live on the website now. And thanks for watching, guys.